Now, since we discussed which each item on the form is and how it will be used, let's talk about how to complete an order. The first step in determining an amount needed per day or per week is to fill out this form. This form lists commonly ordered supplies. It does not include every single item listed on the supply order form. This form is a good tool for any employee to help them complete the supply order. Your school will receive a cheat sheet every year to help you calculate this. Some items will be pre-filled out where we have already calculated how many black bowls, meal kits, breakfast boats, lunch trays, aprons, and hairnets you use based on how many students you serve and how many staff work in your kitchen. For example, if your school serves about 235 breakfasts a day, then 235 breakfast boats would be needed every day, which is 0.47 of a case. The supply order items not pre-filled out need to be calculated by you. If you know your school goes through about 1.5 cases of 6-ounce foam drinking cups in a week, write that down. Things like apron, hairnets, pan liners, and some condiments are not used quite as fast and do not need to be ordered on every single supply order. You may have to seek the help of others like latchkey and pre-K staff and the custodian to help determine how many trash can liners, wipe balls, and drinking cups to order, as they may use those items as well. Once you know what day you receive your supply delivery, as I explained earlier, it is the same day that you need to place your next supply order. Find the upcoming supply order by looking for the date to place order on top of the form. If it has today's date on it, it is the correct form. Next, look at the supply usage dates. Notice that this supply order is for 5 days, January 3rd through 9th, so we'll need to order enough supplies for 5 days. Next, gather up a few more items to help you complete the supply order form. You'll need the supply order you just received, the supply order to be received next week, and the current supply order you are placing now. Don't forget to grab or reference your supply order cheat sheet that has been filled out. You will also need a cycle menu calendar or a copy of the menu from your school office or even your meal service records, something that will list the upcoming menus. Having the menu in front of you will allow you to look at the items being served and see if they require a particular supply. In our example, we are ordering supplies for January 3rd through 9th. Let's look at the menu and see what is being served those days. On week 2, Monday, which is being served on January 7th, you can see we are serving nacho cheese dip. Nacho cheese dip is served in black 5-ounce bowls, which are placed onto a 5-compartment tray. We will need to make sure we have enough black bowls on hand or order more black bowls to serve the cheese dip. We also know that every Monday we serve a garden side salad, which we place into 10-ounce styrofoam bowls. Once you have all those papers collected that we just talked about, it's time to start completing the supply order form. Start by filling out the on hand at the school column. List the items that are currently in your storeroom. This helps you figure out what needs to be ordered. When completing this column, include the items you just received today on that supply order, whether you've put them away or not. Once you have your on-hand column completed, it is time to start completing the current supply order form. Go line by line, working your way down the supply order form. Look at the on-hand at school column. Look at your supply order cheat sheet to see how many you need to order each day of the week. Look at the order being delivered next week to see if you have any of that particular supply arriving. Look at the menu for the supply usage dates. Are there any menu items that need special supplies or condiments? Let's talk about a specific example. For 5-ounce black bowls, the school has 3 cases on hand, which includes the delivery we just received today. On next week's delivery, we see that they are receiving 1 case of black bowls. On their supply order cheat sheet, we can see that they need 0.14 cases of black bowls a day. We need to look at the supply order sheet for the order that just arrived today, as well as the order sheet that will arrive next week. To determine how many to order, we need to do some math. Let's look at how to order black bowls. We can see that we need enough supplies to last us for the following dates: 12, 6, 7, 10, 11, and 12. 12, 13, 14, 17, and 18, and 1, 3, 1, 4, 7, 8, and 9, for a total of 14 days. We know we need 0.14 cases of black bowls every day. Take 14 days times 0.14 cases to determine the amount of black bowls needed for 14 days. That equals 1.96 cases of bowls. We have 3 cases on hand in our storeroom currently. We are receiving 1 more case next week, according to that supply order. No cases of black bowls would be needed because we only need 1.96, but we have 3 on hand with another one on its way next week. Let's try another example. This time, let's order 5 compartment trays. 5 compartment trays come in a case of 240. Again, we need to look at the 3 supply orders, the ones we received today, the one we will receive next week, and the one we are working on. We can see that we need enough supplies to last us for the following dates, 12/6 through 1/9, for a total of 14 days. We know we need 0.98 cases of 5 compartment trays every day, according to our cheat sheet. Take 14 days times 0.98 cases to determine the amount of 5 compartment trays needed for 14 days. 14 times 0.98 equals 13.72 cases of 5 compartment trays. We have 6 cases on hand in our storeroom currently. That includes today's delivery. We are receiving 4 more cases next week, according to that supply order. Therefore, we will have a total of 10 cases available. You need to remember the math we just did. We needed 13.72 cases of trays to get us through those 14 days. We need 13.72, but have 10 on hand. So 13.72 minus 10 equals 3.72. Therefore, we need 4 cases of trays to be ordered. If you don't need a supply, you can place 0 on the line or leave it blank. Once you have completed the supply order form, fax the supply order form to 973-2113 on the due date indicated on the form. If by chance you have enough items on hand to last you through the next supply order, and therefore your school does not need supplies, the supply order form is to be sent in with "No supplies needed" written across the form. If by chance you forgot to fill out a supply order form, or a supply order form was not received by the FPC, the school will be sent a flyer in the coal cabinet notifying them that they will only receive the following items on the next delivery: 1 case of 5-ounce bowls, 2 cases of meal kits, 1 case of breakfast boats, and 2 cases of lunch trays. If you received this flyer and forgot to order an error, you need to call FPC so the FPC clerk can assist you. If a school runs short on supplies due to an error on their part, the school may have to come to the Food Production Center to get the needed supplies. If the Food Production Center warehouse was out of stock on a supply ordered by the school will be notified by a flyer in the coal cabinet. A flyer will be sent to notify schools of the outage until the supply is back in stock. Schools will continue to reorder the out-of-stock supply. On your supply order day, you should receive a shipment of supplies. You need to check to make sure you received what you ordered. Do this by gathering up your supply order for today's delivery date, as well as the pick tickets listing the items that were delivered today. Look at your supply order and compare it to the pick tickets as well as supplies delivered. For example, if you ordered 5 cases of 3 compartment trays, you need to ensure the pick ticket states 5 cases, and 5 cases were indeed delivered. If you are missing an item that you ordered but did not receive a flyer saying the item was out of stock, call FPC so they can assist you.